that she is funny, and she is really funny, I think, but she's also incredibly acute observer of human interactions and social behavior. So even though she's recording a particular time in history and a particular kind of people, I think many of the sort of types of comedy that she depicts, I think, are incredibly relevant to us today now. Every single one of her books has been made into a film in the last, 50 years, over and over and over again, right? And they tend to be hugely popular across a wide spectrum. Of course, young women, but also men love them. So I think that suggests her relevance to contemporary American society. And I also think that when we look at the films, the ways that they change the original novels can tell us a lot about how we're different from how the Regency people were then. We define ourselves against the people who went before us, right? And so partly that's good to know because we can understand how we define ourselves. That's a really important way to read Austen, to read any kind of literature and history, humanities in general, right? But I also think the way that, say, men are depicted in contemporary Austen movies are very different from the way they were depicted 30 years ago in Austen films, or 50 years ago in films of Austen, and 200 years ago by Austen herself, right? And so we can see the sort of evolution of the styles of being a man, the styles of being a woman, and also all the differences among different, classes and races and so forth. There are a lot of great Austen films, and again, I think that speaks to how she speaks to us, right? That her movies, the movies made of her books continue to do well, and we see remake after remake after remake, and we keep going to see them, and they keep being good. That says something about how she writes and what she writes about. And I think the cinematic quality of her writing, right? We really get the interaction of characters. Her dialogue is hysterical. At least in my opinion, and I'll admit to a little bit of prejudice, but no pride at all.